the newest buffs. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Justin Eaglin joining the show, former James Madison cornerback. Justin, thank you so much for joining us, bro. We'll start off with this. I mean, obviously, a big weekend of visits. We've heard a lot, seen a lot coming out of those, but can you talk about your decision? Why did you decide on Colorado being your next place to play?
And how y'all doing, man? Me personally, it was very easy, man. Like obviously talking to Coach Prime. I grew up a Cowboys fan, so obviously I didn't see him, but I was watching highlights and my dad watched him and me growing up, knowing that he's the best corner of all time, like just sitting in front of him and he's talking to me, giving me information. It's like it's very easy to say yes, very easy, man.
That's awesome, man. I want to rewind just a little bit and hear from you. What is it like to play in the college football playoff?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's amazing. And like me personally, I love that underdog story, man. Like even though the outcome obviously wasn't what we wanted, but we went out there, man. We gave it all I got, man. Like it was just a great experience playing against Oregon in the Big Ten and being under them bright lights and like, man, at the corner, the pressure just builds up on you and like either you're gonna break or not. But like, man, that's a God thing right there, man. It's like well, as a kid, like you dreamed of playing Oregon and playing on that big stage and me like lucky enough to call a pick, like that was like the best moment of my life. Like
Love
That's
that,
awesome.
man. We've noticed kind of a theme developing with all you guys committing out of the transfer portal. You were also an unranked recruit coming out in 2022. We've already talked to a few guys like that. Can you just talk about that journey, being an unranked recruit, going to James Madison, kind of an up and coming program? You guys obviously end up in the college football playoff. Now you're in Colorado. Just how would you describe your journey so far?
oh man, it was a blessing, man. Like obviously, like you said, I was a low recruit out of high school. Came to James Madison. First 2 years didn't play as much. Then my new coach came in, Bob Tesney. He finally gave me a shot. I went out there, did my thing last year, and then I took this year as another step to really just take my game to a whole nother level. And it got me here with Coach Prime, man. Like all I can say, I'm blessed, man. I'm just thankful for this opportunity. Because growing up, man, this is a cornerback's dream. Just sit in front of Coach Prime and he can teach you game and teach you all the ins and out, because I'm big on playing for somebody who actually played corner, He knows the ins and out, like on the field, not just from watching film.
You've touched on it a little bit, but I'm just curious. Like, what does it feel like for Deion Sanders, the greatest cornerback of all time, to say to you, "I want you to play cornerback for my football team"?
Yeah, you see, I'm sitting here right now. That's like, hey, he said that, man. It was like, man, like I just really couldn't imagine it just sitting in front of him, just learning game from him. He just talking to me like he's saying that he knows me like like I said growing up watching him on TV. My dad was telling me how like watching him in person and just now that he knows me and I know him and just a blessing, man. Like can't even imagine it.
Justin, for those that don't know, how would you describe your game? What kind of players did you watch growing up? Who, besides maybe Coach Prime, who else did you try and apply to your game and reenact?
So when I was growing up, Richard Sherman was really one of them guys, talking a lot of junk. Like recently when I was like going like high school, I was like I would say AJ Terrell,
Mhm.
Pat Surtain, JC Horns. Like those are more guys when I was in high school and I was really watching my game out there. I try to stay away from Sauce Gardner, because if you ain't 6'3" with max
Yeah,
wingspan, it's not gonna work. It's not
right.
gonna work. He got a different game. But other than that, yeah, those are most of the guys I really watch, man. Like really Richard Sherman when I was a little kid, like seeing him really turn the corner position up, it was amazing to see.
So, are you a talker on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do too much, but I'm gonna let you know for sure. I ain't gonna get no flag or anything, but I'm gonna let you know.
I
Love
love
it.
that.
Playing for Coach Prime and especially playing at cornerback, it's I guess you could call it a responsibility. I mean, you're just going to be under such a spotlight, obviously, with that. We've seen it the last few years. Just what are your thoughts of kind of stepping into that role? Obviously, just a big spotlight program in Colorado, but also playing the position that your head coach played as well.
It's obviously like a big spotlight, but I'm taking it on head first. I have like one of the greatest corner coach of all time. So just he done been in Super Bowls and bigger moments and like stuff like that. I know he can just teach me how to just stay calm and like obviously the bites are bright. Obviously, we all know that, but that's what comes with playing corner. No matter you're at JMU or Colorado, obviously the lights are a little brighter out here, but it's the same thing. Just a different stage.
Yeah, lights don't get brighter than the college football playoff either.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
you've been there.
Yeah.
Um, When you were on your visit, what other guys did you connect with? Whether on the team or guys who visited with you?
I would really more to like myself, honestly, because I came on the fifth and the sixth. So like most of the guys are already there, like leaving. But you know what's cool thing? I don't know if y'all talked to him yet, but Manny, he came from
Yeah.
JMU and he committed to Colorado. So
Hmm.
when I came up there seeing him, it's like it's like a package deal, man. It's like we both was in the same JMU locker room, and now we in Colorado, miles and miles away from JMU, and we still together. So I really just connected with him for the most part. But it was amazing just going out there and being in a whole different area with one of my teammates. Like, it's just a cool feeling.
What can you tell us about his game and him as a player?
Man, if y'all watch that tape, man, y'all know he's a silent player, man. Every time you make a play, he gonna let you know. Like that's one thing I really love about him. You know, real edgy guy. You know, real just tough guy, man. Like that's my guy, man. Even he's like I think a class younger than me, so when he came in, I kind of took him under my wing. You know, a good locker room guy, good on the field guy, man. We probably end up sharing house together. You know, out here. So that's
Nice.
basically telling you our relationship.
Just what else can you tell us about the visit? Just what was the vibe there? What did you think of Boulder? What did you think of CU when you were up there?
So this is my first time in Colorado, period. Like, so you know, everybody thinks it's cold, and well, it is cold. But when I went out there, it was all right. Like, it felt pretty good, good sunset, and I played in JMU in Harrisonburg. Like, we have the Blue Ridge Mountains, but they ain't nothing like that Boulder, man. I go out there
Yeah.
and see them. Yeah, I see that. It's like, man, it's like amazing. You know, driving around, all the scenery. It's just like a different feeling. You know, I come from a small town in Spring Lake, North Carolina. You don't have no mountains. We just have, you know, a little Walmart, Dollar General, Waffle House. Like just going around and seeing all this stuff is like amazing, man. And obviously the facilities and the stadium and all that good stuff, black and gold jerseys, like all that was just amazing.
That's awesome, man. Um, I forgot what I was going to ask. From the coaching perspective, like what did those guys tell you that they loved about your game, and what kind of stuff are you expecting to kind of work on when you get here?
Oh, obviously, you know, I had 5 picks last year, so they love how I attack the ball. I'm a ball hawk. Like I'm a game changer. I know how to turn the ball over. You know, my speed and good open field tackling, stuff like that. And like, you know, obviously at Colorado, they do more press man. Like last year I was playing a lot of off man, and like the biggest thing this year is like not saying I can't play press man, but just getting more work at the press man just because they play more press than playing off. So that was a big emphasis. Like I'm gonna go in there and be pressing, get my hands on guys, but I got the best coach, so I feel like that's gonna be very easy for me to easy adapt to.
You mentioned actually like going and getting the ball. I don't know if you
Hmm.
saw this yesterday, but Coach Prime was in an interview and he's like, "Yeah, I'm watching film on these transfer guys, and if I see a player like go up and get a PBU, but he wasn't trying to get a pick, I'm like, flip it, next guy, show me the next guy." So I'm sure that stood out to him with you.
Yeah, the same thing he said to me in the meeting, man. He said, "You the guy, go get that ball." You know, he don't really like guys that make PBUs because you know if you get a PBU on second down, they still got third down to get it. You know, you catch a pick, now it's our ball. So he's like guys with that confidence and not scared to really attack the ball. Because honestly, me personally, I don't really believe in 50-50 balls. When that ball in the air, I feel like it's mine. You know, or it's not. Ain't no 50-50 ball.
Love that, dude. Just as I said earlier, I mean, as you said earlier, kind of an unranked under the radar recruit. And, there's a lot of guys like that on this team. Do you think there's a kind of mentality, brewing amongst you guys all like that who have really had to, get it out the dirt and have made it this way just on the back of pure hard work and effort?
Yeah, obviously, like I feel like we just feel like we deserve it more. Like I don't know how other schools do it, but obviously Colorado is a bigger stage and getting more NIL money or whatever you want to say, or just more fans. So like coming from a smaller school and coming to a bigger school, I feel like it's like a bigger edge. Like we feel like we got to show people, even though I believe that we can do it, but you know people might not think because you play in a lower conference, you're not that good. So I feel like when we come here, we trying to show everybody like. Nah, like yeah, we came out of high school low recruit, but that don't means we can't compete with these guys, you know?
Love that, man.
Love it, man. Last one for me. You're part of a whole new defense, and you know that. So how close are you following like the other guys who are committing? Like, are you checking your phone, seeing who else is going to join the team? Like, are you locked in on that right now?
Yeah, definitely. I'm seeing a lot of D linemen. Like at corner, that's very big for me. Like if I know I got to guard somebody for 2 3 seconds, it's way easier for me to like play the ball, or way easier for me to just guard my man for 2 or 3 seconds, different from guarding your man for 6 to 7 seconds. So it's like, I've seen a lot of D linemen, linebackers. Obviously, you got a new cornerback from Notre Dame. Like me and him going at the good connection, locking down you guys, and it's just good seeing like you having more guys around you.
Love that, man.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll let you go on that one, bro. Thank you so much for joining the show today. We'll see you up there in Boulder very, very soon, man. And congratulations as well.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, congrats, man. We'll see you soon.
There is
All right,
Justin
man.
Eaglin joining us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. We got former New Mexico State safety Naeten Mitchell, new buff, joining the show. What's up, Nate? Thanks for joining us, man.
How's it going? Thank you for having me, man. I'm blessed to be here.
No problem, bro. We'll just start this off. Obviously, at New Mexico State a few years. We'll get to that here in a second. But what went into your decision to commit and join up with Coach Prime and the Buffs at Colorado?
I mean, just a blessing and an opportunity, I worked my tail off to get to this point, and just to be able to have this opportunity to go to the school and just the experience in this locker room, I'm just so excited.
What's it like as a defensive back, being sought after by Deion Sanders and obviously the rest of this coaching staff, and then getting to join up and play underneath him?
Most definitely. You can imagine the thoughts going through my brain once I heard that Deion was even interested in my film, or even saw my film. But just for him to say the words that he said to me and explain to me how good my film was, it's a different feeling, hearing it from somebody else. But once you hear it from Prime himself, it's a blessing for sure.
Love that, man. What can you tell us about the visit? What was it like out there? Who'd you hang out with? Coaches that you spoke to?
Oh, it was a blessing, man. I had Coach Oliver, the assistant safeties coach, with me. But I flew in, beautiful as you know, Denver. I drove through there, and then we went to the campus, and it was beautiful, man. The mountains, I mean, the campus, the stadium. It was just everything about it was awesome. The coaches I met, Coach Livingston. I met Coach Prime and a whole bunch of other coaches, and I continue to meet them as I get up there. But just talking to Coach Livingston, it was awesome being able to talk to him.
We heard a little bit from Coach Prime of this story. We heard you tell it to Dukes earlier today, but for those who haven't heard it, could you share a little bit about how your grandma kind of manifested this?
Man, my grandma has followed my whole football journey. So when I was younger, she always knew that I could make it she always believed I could make it to some point. But once I was about in my freshman year in college, actually, she texted Coach Prime, and she was telling me that she believed I could play for him even before I thought this could happen. But yeah, she sent them a letter, man, and just was pretty much trying to send them my film. She probably doesn't know a bunch about recruiting, but she was trying to send them my film and everything like that. But God willing, I got to this point. So I'm just happy that she gets to experience, and I'm glad that I get this moment.
That's amazing, man. What does she mean to you?
Oh, that's my rock, man. That's my world. She supports me in so many ways. She's made a lot of sacrifices for me to get to this point, and I'm just glad that she gets to eat some of the fruits of her labor because she worked her tail off too, just as much as I have. So just blessed to have her in my corner.
Love that, bro. Just looking at your profile, this is something we've seen with a lot of transfers that they brought into Colorado this offseason. You were an unranked recruit back in 2023. You played really good football out at New Mexico State. Just what can you tell us about your journey to get to this point and how that's kind of, fired you up to get to Colorado?
It's been a long road, man. I feel like some of my high school film, I feel like I got overlooked, but I can't do nothing about that. I did what I could with what I had, and I got to New Mexico State, played corner my freshman year, played a little bit my sophomore year, nickel, and then my junior year, I'm playing free now, and I got to go out there on the field and show what I can do. Finally, I found a spot that I liked and I got comfortable in, and I just ended up making plays that came to me, and that's a shout out to New Mexico State and everything that they've done for me. And I can't really complain about the journey that I've been on because I got to this point for a reason. So I'm just glad I'm here.
Love it, man. For those who aren't familiar with your game yet, but probably will be soon, what can you tell them? How would you describe your style of play?
I'll say I'm just a playmaker. I love the game. I got into the game for football. I didn't get into it for the money or anything like that. I just love the game, and I feel like I can my film kind of speaks speaks for itself. You know, I'm versatile. I love the game of football. You know, when I see the ball in the air or I see somebody with the ball, you know, I think I can make that play. So, yeah, I'm just a ball hawk pretty much. I can play anything in the back end. I'm just excited.
Nate, I went to UNM. I grew up in Albuquerque. You were down there in Las Cruces. It's a little bit different, but it's mostly the same. You know, New Mexico is kind of it's a gritty state. So what was your time like there at New Mexico State? You know, what were some of the things that you really learned, you know, playing out there and trying to get to this part, you know, big Power 4 college football?
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing that I've learned in my college career is probably just to, you know, forgive myself for certain plays. You know, sometimes I fail to realize that a lot of these guys have been that guy they were that guy in high school, and you're meeting that guy in high school. So just realizing that I'm not going to make every single play that comes to me, and just learning from my mistakes, and just for overall New Mexico, you know, moving out here, the people are amazing. You know, everybody's welcoming. I met a whole bunch of friends, a lot of people that I'm going to miss when I leave, but. It's beautiful out here. They got good food. They got, I mean, like I said, good people and also great coaches and a great football community. So it's awesome.
One of the themes of all the guys we've talked to and heard about that were on that visit last week and and really have joined the team is like this hunger to really succeed at this level and turn around Colorado after a tough season. Did you notice that, you know, as kind of the guys that you were on your visit with, of just that a lot of kind of like-minded individuals?
Most definitely. As soon as I walked into that coaching office, or even I walked into BJ's, I could just feel that those coaches wanted to win. You know, all of them greeting me. They were talking about, you know, the future and how they want to change from last year, because they're not happy about last year. And I'm just coming up there to work. You know, I talked to Ben Finnesteth. I believe that's how you say his last name, but he played free there last year, and you know, he has his mind on straight. You know, he kind of went through what I went through this year, actually in Mexico State. So, I mean, being able to talk to him and hear his mindset, I mean, he's ready to go for sure.
Love that, man. You know, just kind of along that Colorado, especially in the prime era, you know, they've had Shiloh, they had Cam Silman Craig, last year Tawfiq Byer. They've really had some really good safeties coming through in the Coach Prime era. Just what does it mean to you to kind of maybe be the next in line to do that, but also to try and follow that up, what those guys, the precedent those guys have set the past few years?
No, most definitely. Obviously, it's a blessing to be able to be named with some of those guys, and I'm just excited to show what I can do. You know what I mean? I just want to buy in as much as I can and be an asset to this team. And you know, if eventually being in one of those names comes up in the future, you know, I'm grateful for that. So I'm just excited to get up there and be able to do my job.
Love that, man.
You are related to our guy, Jade Barron. Is that true?
Yeah. My
Let's
mom
go.
actually is very close with her mom, and we pretty much, you may have saw the picture, but we pretty much grew up together, and I've been in separate areas sometimes, but we've always, like, you know, bumped into each other and we work, and he's just been a great mentor this far.
That's awesome. That's cool that you guys will be right down the road. Both of us huge Broncos fans here, so we're pulling for obviously him and the whole squad in the playoffs.
Most definitely.
Nate, I mean, we have a teammate of yours who's also committed, Tyler Martinez. Just what can you tell us about him? What type of player are the Buffs getting in him as well?
Man, I'm so happy for that guy, man. You know, I know not a lot of people know how hard people work, but Tyler Martinez is a guy that I could say that will die on that field. You know, I mean, last year he wasn't happy with you know, getting injured. I was in on the play when he got injured. I could just see the pain. You know, when you work so hard for something and you come up short off of injury, that sucks. But just to see him fight this year, and even when he was hurt, he was a great teammate. He was on the field. He was coaching. He had the headset on, and I mean, I'm just excited that he gets an opportunity. I'm glad I get another one with him. I just texted him actually, just telling him that I'm glad I get another one with you, and he's just ready. He's ready to work. I know that there's a lot of guys that are ready to work, but I know he's one guy that will literally die on the field for football.
Let's go.
Is that nice too, just to have, you know, someone who you have a pre-existing relationship with coming up there to Boulder with you?
I mean, going by myself, you know, I would have had to do it myself. But if I get Tyler with me too, I mean, that'd be awesome. If I get Ezra too, I don't know. We're trying to
Let's go.
We're trying to see what he does, but I mean, just getting even one is just a blessing to be able to come with him.
Love that, man. I mean, you mentioned talking to Coach Rob Livingston during your visit. Just what did you learn from him? Obviously, you know, he's kind of coached safeties all throughout his career to this point, being the DC now. Just what did you learn from him? What did you like about what you heard from Coach Rob?
I could just hear how experienced he was, and you know how he says that being the dog off the side of the road that get picked up. You know, I feel like I'm kind of that guy too. So I mean, I'm just ready to go to work with him. I know I saw Von Bell up there also. I
Yep.
mean, I get Von Bell to mentor me as well. So I mean, just being up there, seeing his wisdom and just his education for the game. I'm excited to just get under his wing and learn. Really, I'm ready to listen.
Who are some of the other guys that were out there when you were in Boulder that you might have connected with that are going to be Buffs as well?
Who did I talk to? There was a couple D line. I didn't really get to talk to anybody that much. I just talked to Ben pretty much. But yeah,
Ben's a
that's the only.
goofball.
I really Ben and pick Ben's brain.
He's a funny guy, huh?
Yeah, he's a great dude. He's a great dude. I can tell he's serious on the football field because he was talking about communicating already in hand signals. So I'm ready. I'm ready to see what he got for sure. I'm excited.
Ben's a legend, man. Tell us about, the Naeten Mitchell off the field. What are the things you like to do away from football? What do you hope to, get a degree in and do with your life, maybe hopefully long in the future after football too?
For sure. I want to do business entrepreneurship. Eventually, I want to, be a realtor and probably I want to sell like commercial buildings and maybe apartments, things like that. But just being there with my story, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I worked my tail off to get here, and just being able to be here is a blessing.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on being a Buff, and we can't wait to see you up here once you get to Colorado.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
And thanks for watching the show yesterday.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Most definitely. You know how to tap in, man. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you, Nate. We'll see you up in Boulder very soon.
Most
And there
definitely.
he goes, man.